Hello, everybody. It is November 14th, 2022. I am Drew.
And I am Tara.
And this is MELLONfights, America's #1 underdog picking sibling butthole podcast in America.
Yes.
Is that where we're at now?
I think so.
I think that's where we are. So we're America's #1 football underdog picking butthole licking
No.
butthole licking
No.
podcast. I can't take it back. I already said it.
Well, it's not true.
I don't know. I don't know your life. You don't know my life. I don't know your life. You don't know my life. We're going to keep it that way.
Yep.
So as far as we know, we're the masters. Tara, how's your weekend?
My weekend was good.
That's good.
I didn't have to work on Saturday,
Oh, shit.
but I went to work anyways and drank.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know if there's a place where people like to be where they work more than that place. I feel like everyone that works there goes there. Is that true? Or just you?
I think just me.
Oh,
It's my
because mom's
spot.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And like Megan's never gone with us, so
Oh, that was her first time.
she might have gone one other time, but it wasn't like
Just the bitches.
a girls. Yeah,
Wasn't a hose night out.
exactly.
It
So
wasn't
it
a
was a lot of fun.
hose night out.
No,
Okay.
we went to the Ready Set. Mom doesn't like me to name things because she doesn't want people to know where I live, and she doesn't want my work to hear me talk shit about people crying at the bar.
Well, if people start hearing it, Tara, that means people are listening and you probably end up quitting that stupid job. So
Exactly.
shush it, Gene Lowe.
But we went out to dinner and I got a salad and
Where at? Where'd you eat?
the Ready Set.
I don't know what that is.
It's
That-
the new
is that at
spot in
home?
town. And it tastes,
People know where we live, Jeannie. We've said it where we live
I know.
or from.
I had a jersey on the other day that had my old basketball.
We O-Town
jersey.
proud.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying about Ready Set?
It tasted like there was sand on the lettuce leaves. So it was not an enjoyable experience. But after
Ooh.
that, I had plenty of wine. So it made up for it.
Wait, where's Ready Set at? Where's that
It's where
at?
Charlie's used to be, right next to the tap.
Oh, nothing is ever good in that town. I'm just
That's
gonna
not
say that.
true.
Nothing new.
Maybe. Well,
I mean, the wine reserve's fine, but
it's awesome.
as far as food goes, other than the old faithful Maria's, it ain't worth even talking about anything else in that town.
Some people don't like Maria's, and I just judge their character.
Oh yeah, they're garbage. They're garbage people. Well, there used to be the Oregon Family Restaurant
And the waterfall.
and the Waterfall. Those were classics.
Mm-hmm.
Waterfall was awesome.
Had delicious breakfast.
Waterfall was like a classic diner,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like people working there were weirdos. They're like really nice, but also like overshared type of thing. Like it was like, are we best friends? Even when I was a little kid, I was like, this is weird how much they talk about their lives. Oregon was a lot smaller town though when we were kids. You know, it was like a real small town.
I feel like it's doubled in size since we were little.
Not quite, but it's close. And most of the people that are there now, I feel like didn't grow up there, so I think that's part of it. But yeah, it was like a real ass small town.
Mm-hmm.
We know small towns too.
Yeah.
Like our parents are from the smallest of towns. What the fuck? Something I'll figure this out later.
Okay.
Something's broken on my thing. It's not good. I don't know if the cat got to it or fell off somewhere.
Uh-oh.
I hate that cat. Terry, you want to start with a little something called Rudy Rudiger?
Yeah.
Let's get right to it. We haven't done a movie in a minute.
It.
I planned on watching it.
I
hadn't seen it in a while.
That.
Yeah, I watched it. I hadn't seen it in a while. Rudy. All right, for those who don't know.
It's crazy that on the day that or the week that you wanted me to watch Rudy, our Dallas Cowboys got not totally demolished by Rudy, and Lambeau Field was cheering for Rudy.
I guess. Is that what they're doing? They're cheering for Rudy?
Yeah, the Rudy chant was going on. But anyway, I
Anyway.
digress.
Yeah. That is, I didn't hear the chanting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that later, Tara. Let's not jump ahead.
I said I digress.
That's not jump ahead. That's not digressing. That's jumping ahead.
I know,
Rudy.
I said,
So those that don't know, Rudy came out in 1993, starring Sean Astin as Rudiger, Dave Rudy Rudiger, is that his name?
Daniel.
Dan Rudiger. Anyway, and it's just a story. It's an underdog story.
Yes.
How do we feel about it, Tara? Because I had a lot of feelings about it. I loved it still, but I had a lot of feelings.
I
What'd you
think
think?
that's how I since it's only my first time watching it, I think I probably judged it harder than I would have if I watched it back in the day when I was a kid, and I would have loved it, which I did like it. I did like it. But my first takeaway was like, one, the only person that believed in Rudy was his best friend Pete. And that was
You're jumping. I feel like you're jumping ahead. That's fine. We'll go straight to that.
Why don't you start where you want me to start?
I just feel like you're jumping ahead. Like, I just wanted your take on it first. And then we're going to go through the movie a little bit. But
well,
go
my
ahead.
take on it, I just told you I liked it.
That's good. Okay.
But I
She
judged
liked
it.
Judged
But I
it.
judged
Okay.
it, and I probably
Mhm.
would have felt differently if I would have watched it as a younger kid. You know?
Maybe. Everyone loved this movie. It wasn't just a kid thing. Everyone loved this movie. It's the movie. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talk about his friend.
Just nobody believed in him except for his friend Pete, and even when he was just like a little cat, like everyone was hating on him. But like also, Rudy was like annoying.
That's the biggest takeaway. Rudy's annoying as fuck.
He's so annoying.
Fuck
like,
that guy.
Even from the start of it, they're all like sitting there playing football as little kids, and he has a fucking helmet on, like a Notre Dame helmet.
Yeah, it was super lame. It's like, dude's lame.
And,
but also like his brother, who was, I don't know, 5 years older than him, like moved out of the way and he fell down. He basically acted like he dunked on him. Like I was like, bro, you're way older. Like, chill out.
Yeah,
you're not
definitely.
that cool. Nobody treats their little brothers like that. Worried like they're gonna be like bummed for the rest of their life. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, Rudy's annoying as hell.
Throughout the movie, he's annoying, but then he's kind of charming in other moments.
Absolutely, he's charming, but he's also annoying. Like, his like persistence is admirable, but he's also like annoying with it.
Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of jumping way ahead, but the part where he was at the stadium when he was working there, and it was the day after the game, and he's like, "Did you see the game?" And he was like, "No, I didn't watch it." And then he went through a whole like running around and acting out what happened in the game.
It was
and
so
I
dumb.
hated him, and I was like, "You're the worst."
He's an underdog though, so you got to
is.
root for him. You
do.
No.
But he only had one person that rooted for him,
Right.
which was Pete.
Yep. Pete was awesome.
Pete was awesome.
The short time we got to spend with Pete, that dude, that actor, I wanted more of that actor.
Yeah.
That dude was awesome.
Yeah.
The short time we got to spend with him, Tara.
I know. I was so sad.
I had forgotten that's what happened. I hadn't seen it in so long.
And it's like the only person that believes in him, it's on his birthday. And what happens? They're in the mills. Is it a mill?
Yeah. Something.
A fire starts. Rudy can't save his best friend. And he gets exploded on.
He dies. But
He died.
but because of it, Rudy's like,
I gotta get out of
I
here.
gotta live my dream. This is my sign. I gotta live my dream.
Yeah. And he takes the $1,000 that he has. And
You know what?
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope, you go.
Just like as much as he wanted to do, like he kept saying he wanted to do for his dad, he should have been saying he wanted to do it for Pete.
Yeah.
That was always bothering me. Like Pete's the reason you decided to do this. Pete's the only one who believed in you. Your dad's a dick.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, he's nice enough, but like he doesn't support you in your. I get it. He's 5'0". He's like your size, Tara. He's like your size, trying to play for one of the top programs in the nation.
Yeah.
Everyone was correct to be like, you can't do it, bro.
Right.
I didn't like the part where they're saying he couldn't go to Notre Dame to like for school, whatever,
Right.
but that he wouldn't play for the team was like fair, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I mean, he did. So what if he would have listened to them and not tried out, and then we wouldn't have Rudy?
I mean, he was a glorified, mascot. Come on.
I know, but he made the play at the end.
Is
And
that
they carried
true?
him off the field, and no one else has ever
That-
been carried off the field since.
Was that true still?
1975.
Since 1993, that was true. Do you think it's still true?
Yeah, I do.
First of all, they don't ever carry guys off the field. That doesn't happen. When have you ever seen that, Tara? When have you ever seen a guy carried off the field
I don't
at the end
know.
of a football game?
Never.
It almost seems like it was almost, when you think about it, it almost was kind of like patronizing. Like, you're the man, Rudy. Carry him out of the stadium. It's kind of a big joke.
I think for anyone else it might have been, but not Rudy.
Okay. Well, do you want me to ruin the movie? Did you look up anything about it?
Well,
Did you do research?
no, but I know that I've heard that was it Joe Montana that was the quarterback at the time?
He might have been.
And he's like didn't know who he was.
So apparently the thing happened at the end where he was carried off the field and the crowd chanted or something. But like the whole jersey thing where all the players put their jerseys down for him,
Uh-huh.
apparently never happened. Apparently they
Oh.
fucking hated him because he was annoying as fuck. That's what the stories have come out afterwards, is that he was an annoying shithead, and that jersey thing never happened. Movie wise,
in the movie it was awesome.
Yeah, so let's get to that real quick. Emotional movie. He's annoying.
Yes. So
Emotional
annoying.
movie. Did you cry?
Yes.
How many times? There was I'd say there's 5 or 6 good cry moments.
I say 2. I think I only cried twice.
What parts?
When Pete died.
I didn't cry at that part, but it did. I cried before it happened because then I remembered it was going to happen, and he was believing him and gave him his birthday cake with the match, and he looked fucking cool doing it. And he gave him the fucking jacket.
Yeah.
Gave him that Notre Dame jacket. That was cool. That got me a little emotional, a little
And
wet.
he got, oh my God, can you imagine if Trent found one of those at a Notre Dame jacket at a thrift shop like
Shit,
he
he'd
did?
probably be just as excited.
He would be.
But
But yeah.
just because he likes thrifting.
Yes.
Not because he likes Notre Dame at all.
No.
So, what's the other part that you cried?
At the end when he was getting to come out of
Sure.
the...
I think I probably get a little more emotional more often because I know I already know. I start thinking about it. So I got a little more, obviously that when his dad shows up and he's excited, obviously,
Mhm.
when he gets the letter that he's getting into Notre Dame was
Yeah.
good. That gets you.
Yeah, and he did such a good acting job crying. I believed 100%.
He's a good actor.
Yes,
He's a good underrated actor. That I made a case that I don't know if it was with Miranda or I was hanging out with John yesterday. That I think that Game of Thrones, Lord of Rings may have derailed his career because this was 1993. Lord of the Rings came out, I think, in 1999 or
Really?
2000, maybe 2000. The first one. That's 7 years. So, and they made all 3 at the same time. So he probably was casting that shortly after, and it took up, because those movies were insane, probably took up a lot of his time. And he kind of went away. He kind of disappeared. The same thing kind of happened for Elijah Wood, where when they showed up in that, they're like, oh, I forgot about those guys. When
Mm-hmm.
really, in reality, they hadn't even been gone that long.
Right.
It just felt like it because they were in these like big budget movies and disappeared. And he hasn't really done anything since he was fucking Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah. But
Because
then
he's
he was
good.
also Dave. Was that who he was in Stranger Things? What was his name?
Yeah, everyone loved him in Stranger
Yeah.
Things. He was like the
Just-
boyfriend.
Yeah.
I feel like I wish she would have ended up with him.
He died.
He did die. He did die. Season 1? Was that
Yeah.
season 1 or 2?
Season 1 that he died.
So here's what we're gonna talk about more of the movie here in a second. But so anyway, I cried a lot. Miranda didn't cry at all, and she doesn't cry during movies. And she goes, "I'm just not that. I don't really." And I'm like, this woman cries. I don't want her to hear me. I want her to hear it. I don't care if she hears what I say, but I want her to hear it later. She's here working. Hold on. This is a person that cries all the time about everything. She's a crier. Fucking always crying. However, this is going to be rude. However, she only cries about things about herself. She doesn't cry about movies. She doesn't have empathy for other people.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying, though?
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if it's true.
I don't hear her cry about other people. I only cry about other people. Sometimes myself. But mostly other people in movies. Lots of empathy in this soul. That soul, not as much empathy.
She has empathy for cats.
Definitely. If her oh yeah, hell yeah. If her cat was sick or another cat, she gets sad about cats. So that's my take. She's going to hear this. She's going to hate
and
me.
hate you.
Absolutely. And that's why it's funny. So anyway, that's my take. She doesn't cry during movies. And that is my theory. Why?
That she doesn't have empathy for others.
Yes. She doesn't have that skill.
I think
because but here's the weird thing. She's really good about like thinking about other people and getting gifts for other people.
And we're hyper empathetic.
Yes. Overly.
We're sensitive.
So much souls. So that I almost have to like do nothing for anybody because I couldn't get anything done otherwise. I just got to be like, well, what are you gonna do? And then just be sad about it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, back to the movie. Now that I'm gonna be in trouble tomorrow.
Yep. Sleeping in the den.
It's not like I don't basically say that to her myself straight up. So.
Okay.
But I've never dropped the lack of empathy thing before.
And like for the world to hear it.
Yeah. Miranda! Did you hear anything I just said? No, but I have a theory as to what it is. Okay. She has a theory to what I was talking about.
I want to know what her theory is.
What's the theory? Yeah, it is. She said it's because but you don't know why I said it. I know, but never mind. You'll hear it. She'll hear it. She knows what I was talking about. But she doesn't know what I said.
Oh boy.
Anyway, back to Rudy Rudiger, Tara. We need more breakdown from you. I'm sorry. I had to hijack there for a minute just because of that.
So you know when he goes home?
Yes. For Christmas?
For the first time at Christmas. And he's been gone probably, 2-3 months?
Yeah, he's basically been gone for the whole first semester.
Yeah, so 3 months. September, 4 months, whatever.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
He's been pretty much homeless, which is a wild little moment. It's like, oh, no, I don't have a room. Well, then in walks his brother.
Yeah.
With his girlfriend.
His brother that was like kind of his buddy.
Yeah. And
not
it's
his dickhead brother.
No, it's his older brother, Johnny, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And who's locking arms with him? His girlfriend, who he said, I have to go so I can be a better person for you.
Hold on. You got to set that up better. His girl. Tara, we haven't established her as a person. He's like 22 years old when he goes off to college.
Yeah.
He's been living working they're about to buy a house together.
Mills, yeah.
They were going to buy a house together.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend, his like childhood girlfriend.
Yeah. The girl he started dating in like the first scene of the movie.
Basically, they set up that he's going to have Pete and he's going to have his girlfriend.
Yes.
And then he has neither all on the same day.
Exactly.
Anyway, they come back to that.
I'm bad at setup. You're good at it.
So anyway, get back to the holiday thing. He shows up.
His
girlfriend, almost wife, basically.
Yes.
Like they were going to buy a house together and live in it for the rest of their lives.
It was a cute little house. Johnny's got her now. The sheets aren't even cold on his side yet, and Johnny slides right in.
How about the fact that no one said that's when they let him? They just let him find out with him walking in with her. Like no one said a word to him, and then the older brother's like, "Hey, what do you think of that shit? Your brother.
Look at what your brother's doing." God.
And then he just leaves, and no one tries to stop him.
No.
They just let him. Like, I got to go to work. What work? You don't live here anymore. You just got here. No one tries to stop him.
No.
Movie doesn't make a ton of sense.
No, that's what I was going to say. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, what? Why is this in here?
But his family sucks.
Not a great family.
When you get, obviously when his dad,
He has 5 more brothers.
Younger.
Yes.
And I think we know of at least 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
So that's 9 brothers.
That's...
No.
7,
8 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some girls running around too.
That's a lot of kids.
And I think they all live in that house.
They definitely do.
Well, no, because the one brother comes over.
Because he bought the house.
Bought that house, probably. Yeah, they probably already live in that house together.
They do.
And no one said anything to Rude.
Nope.
What? How about this?
Also,
go ahead.
Is he the only one that goes by Rudy?
Thank you, Tara. That's about what I was about to bring up. That's why I didn't say it, because I thought you might be going there. Why would he be the only one they call? Why would the family of Rudigers call him Rudy?
Yeah.
How's he Rudy?
I don't get it.
It makes sense that like his high school buddies called him Rudy and the college guys called him Rudy. But why the fuck would his family call him Rudy?
Exactly.
That'd be like if all of you called me Mellon. If I was the only one called Melly Mel.
Yeah.
Melly Mel. Well, no, if I was the only one called Mel. But like, if everyone referred to me by our last name.
If I called you Mel.
Yeah.
Because like we've all had people call us, and you call me Tara.
And I called you Lynn, your real name. Your God-given, born, birth certificate name, Lynn.
Okay.
Tara, it's crazy. So I want to know if it's true.
I know.
Why would they call just him Rudy?
Yeah. Everyone, like every single person in his family called him Rudy. So it just doesn't make sense because it's not like he's even the first kid. He's somewhere in the top 3.
He's the lamest, but also the best at the same time somehow. Because his work ethic was awesome. Love what he was up to. Loved how much he wanted it and how much he chased his dream.
Exactly. And
admirable.
He had dyslexia, and was it his friend who took him to the doctor to get it checked out?
Favreau.
What a strange character.
Favreau's character?
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, this guy's a weird, creepy dude, and like sometimes seems to take advantage of Rudy, but also helps him out a lot. And then, but
again, another one of those scenes where it's like he gets to go to, he's going to go to school somewhere in California.
No, Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami Law.
Law school.
So he tells Rudy, brings him out, and then is like, "Oh, I've been dating this whole time, and you didn't know about. How did he not know about it?"
Right.
They're like they make it out like they're always together. How would he not know his girlfriend?
Yeah,
that's gonna go with him to Miami.
So it's like,
what?
I feel like Rudy just really didn't have any friends, real friends, except for
fucking Pete, dead ass Pete, and then Rock. I call him Rock, but because that was his name in real life. The fucking janitor, his boss. That was a good dude.
Such a
boss
good
was
dude.
A good dude.
And the father.
He was good too. He was good too. That one girl, that was pretty cute, that was the Boosters, was pretty bummed. She dug him. Are we supposed to be like think that they maybe got together?
Right. I'm like, what was the point of this character? I don't get it. Like,
Well,
it seemed like she was important, but she never really
well,
was.
it was fine if they just have the part where and then she says you can't do it, and then that's over
Right.
with, like, because that part. But then he like sees her again and says hi, and then
Yeah.
he sees her again when he's on the field, and she's like, oh boy,
Yeah.
that's little Rudy.
That's a little Rudy.
So I don't know what that was. I'm not
I
going to
don't
do the
either.
research to see if that's who he got together with, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, but weird
Okay.
movie.
How much of a dick was the new coach, though? They made him out to be just like a huge asshole. Like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to do this. No, I'm not going to put him in. They were
No.
ahead by a ton. No,
I'm not going to dress him even.
I'm not going to dress him. Like,
like,
even though.
Were they even playing for anything? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not playing for anything. So stupid.
He seemed like
but that was
such an
good.
a-hole.
Like, it was good, though. It was a good movie,
Yeah.
man. When it's like slowly building. So wait, you didn't love it, though? I think it's very lovely. I think it's fun.
No, I liked it a lot, but like I said, I was conflicted because I thought Rudy was annoying. And
Yes.
I felt
he
bad
is
about
He would be
it.
annoying. He is annoying. I knew guys like him. That's my takeaways, by the way. Every football scene, they're bleeding,
Oh,
steam coming off them. It made me want to play football so bad. That's the reason everyone my age wanted to play football, because it was because of Rudy, man.
yeah.
It looked, and the funny thing is, what he was doing is like, I wanted, like, as much as he was getting his ass beat, I was like, that sounds great. That's the whole thing that people forget about the whole concussion protocol thing.
Yeah.
Like, I get the concussion protocol, but like football's violent. Like, guess what? Everyone who plays it loves playing it. It's just a lot of fun, and you see that grit and grime is like, hell yeah. Every scene, I was like, that looks the best. That looks so fun.
I agree. It did look fun, but also terrible. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that is noteworthy.
Well, the thing, and again, the guys like him, they existed when I was in high school, but they weren't very good. So they were never like, they were always, there was never like, the scene where Vince Vaughn gets pissed at him for like going full bore in the last practice. I'm like, the guys that were like kind of like like Rudy, that you like kind of rooted for to like maybe get some PT here and there, weren't like skilled enough to even ever get like do that even.
Sure.
So you never, you know what I mean? Like, you just kind of would have dominate them. They weren't very skilled. Either was he.
No.
So, yeah, Rudy. Do you got any more takes before we give you a ranking?
No, I just remembered that I have to rank it.
What's your deal, lady?
I don't know.
What's your fucking deal?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I need to get more from you about it. I feel like there's a few things we may have forgot. What about Sean Astin? Do you buy him as a little football player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did good.
He did good.
He looked like I don't know. I bought him.
Okay.
I think he was believable.
All right.
Because it's not like he was supposed to be good. He was supposed to just be like a little Tasmanian devil.
I think I figured out why they called him Rudy, Tara.
Because you root for him?
No. He's Daniel E. Rudy Rudiger. His dad's name is Daniel Rudiger. So maybe instead of calling him Daniel or Dan or Junior, they decided to call him Rudy. That's my take. That's my guess.
Right.
I just realized he had the same name as his dad, and they just decided to call him Rudy instead of, Junior or something like that.
Yep.
There you have it. That's my prediction.
That's a good one.
What's your ranking for this movie, Sarah? Wait, I feel like we're forgetting something from I wanted to tell you about or ask you about. So how do you feel that it's probably, if it came out today, before you give me a ranking, if it came out today, who would you want to cast in that part?
Rudy.
It's hard. That's a hard question because normally you don't
It
meet people
is.
that age. He'd been in a couple movies prior to this.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to like find someone that's about 20 years old.
Yeah, I don't know 20-year-olds.
20-year-old actors. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a show maybe or where there's a young actor. I maybe don't know their name, but I could see them being Rudy Rudiger. You probably got to almost get an unknown.
Yeah.
You know, the type of movie he would have been in before that doesn't exist anymore. Like before Rudy, he was in like these movie called Small Soldiers or something like that, or maybe that was after. It was before Rudy. There was a bunch of kids at this like. I loved. I think we tried to talk about this
talked
before.
About it, and I had no clue what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about Toy Soldiers.
Oh yeah, it was called Toy Soldier, not Toy Soldiers. Yes, it's called Toy Soldier. I believe. Yeah. No, it's called Toy Soldiers. You're thinking of Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
And it's called Toy Soldiers. And it's from. That is from. It's not telling me. 1991. So a couple years before. I love that era of movies. Toy Soldiers. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Yeah.
Rudy. They don't make movies like that anymore, where it's just like fun and like young people, like something that young people can go to and enjoy. That's like, young people in early 20s, people like something they can all go to and enjoy. It's just a Marvel movie now. That's all they do.
I really liked it because it had just a nostalgic vibe to it of just movies from that era that were fun. I mean, even like a Sandlot,
Absolutely.
in that vein, just family friendly, but like not lame.
So that's supposed to be like the early 70s. Like it was like 75 was the year he got carried off. So the movie starts in I guess it starts in the 60s when he's a kid.
Yeah.
Like it made me almost feel like I was watching Christmas Story.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, what are you rating it, Tara?
4 out of 5. Field carry-offs. That sucked.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about the last scene. We didn't even talk about the last scene, really.
Yeah.
There's some... Let's talk about that last scene real quick. They get... All the guys put their jerseys down, obviously.
Yep.
The scene before, so they let them suit up and everyone's coming.
And the coach was so pissed.
The coach is being such a dick about it.
Such a dickhead.
And they're up, put all the seniors in, because clearly the game's over.
Yeah.
What about Rudy? Why even ask? Just send him in.
Yeah.
Just send him in. What about Rudy? Yeah, he's a senior, right? Send him in.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? No, not Rudy.
And how the other coaches didn't stand up to the main coach to be like, yeah, let's put Rudy in.
Right.
They were just
we love him. They clearly cared about him.
And then when they let him in, they're like, woo, Rudy!
Also, they replaced the head coach and all the assistants are the same.
Right?
Nah. That does never happen. Maybe back then it did. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe they would just replace the head coach and these are good assistants.
Do you think that he agreed to let Rudy play because he knew he was going to quit?
Yeah. He's like, okay, I'll let you play.
He's like, okay.
I'll let you play. God, he was annoying. He just show up
no.
Just so you know, I'm going to be on your team next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rudy. Okay, nerd. And then they do the chant, right? How about Favreau? What's Favreau's line? Who's the wild man now? That's the last line of the movie. I think it's the last thing anyone says is him going, who's the wild man now?
But can we also talk about when he got there and he had some driver and a cigar? You're just in law school. What?
Well, I think he was already rich.
Oh.
I think he was already rich.
Oh.
Was the thing. He alluded to it once. He said something about being related to the Marshall Field family. I don't know if that was true or if that was just a line.
Oh.
But I think he was already rich. But his girlfriend had a glow up. It was looking.
She totally had a glow up. She got her glasses off. She got glowed up. Yeah, she had the Miami glow.
She had that Miami glow up.
Mm-hmm.
But he liked Rudy.
Yeah.
Enough to come to this game. He came. He came and saw it. Rock watched it from the
field.
The field, which was great. I like that last. And then he gets in.
I
And then he
know.
gets a sack, Tara.
A big old sack.
Vince Vaughn gets, comes in, is like, we got to score for Rude.
Yeah.
We score for Rudy. Everyone has their moment. Only because Rudy's so dope, everybody in that movie got redemption in that last scene. Only because Rudy, though.
Except for his brother Johnny, who's at home with his
no, they
gal.
were there. They were there.
They were?
Yes, she steps off the bus and Miranda's like, what the fuck is she doing there?
I must have missed that part.
Absolutely. No, yeah, she gets off the bus. They're together. They're all there. They just don't, in the crowd, they don't show, they just show the oldest brother. I don't even know if he's the oldest brother, but they show the other brother and the mom and the dad. Also, his voice is another, the dad's voice. Why is my brain not working? Help me out, Terry.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
The dad.
What about him?
From the movie.
What about him?
His voice, Ned Beatty's voice, is like top notch. Like also from my childhood. Like Ned Beatty's dope.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh my God, Tara. I feel like
I don't know who Ned Beatty is.
you don't know who Ned Beatty is?
Now I'm gonna look him up.
He's the dad. He's Rudy's dad.
I know, but I don't know what you're trying to get from me.
I'm so confused. I'm not trying to get anything. I was like, why don't you like Ned Beatty?
I do like him. I just don't know what else he's from.
A million things. Superman, for one.
What was he in Superman?
His little fucking buddy. He's like doofus of a buddy.
I liked him as a dad.
Why? He was a dick.
I know,
He
but
was a dick the whole movie.
not till the end. Sometimes, Drew, there's this thing called toxic masculinity. Heard of it? He had to be that way.
I mean,
but then at the end, he was proud of his son. He when he got the
acceptance letter, and he like took such good care to get it back in the envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "How do I get this in here without?" I agree. It was good. I agree. But before that, he wasn't even a bad dad. He just had been beaten down by the world so much that he thought that he couldn't, because his dad basically, this is all we deserve, is basically what he was saying. We're Rudigers. We have a good life, but we don't deserve more. We're not going to get more than this. So he's not really he just doesn't believe it. It's not that he doesn't believe in Rudy. He doesn't believe in
family success.
The world. He doesn't believe in the world.
He doesn't.
He doesn't believe that the world's fair.
Right.
And it isn't. But if you work hard like Rudy did, terrible. We can move on. 4 out of 5 carried off the field. Players carried off the field. Is that your rating?
No, let's change it up. 4 out of 5 acceptance letters. Damn. Rejection letters.
That's pretty
I suck. 4 out of 5.
I think it's just I just think it's one acceptance letter. It's a good movie. It's a perfect little movie. Like,
sure.
It doesn't have to be
one acceptance letter.
An acceptance letter to your dream school.
Yes, to your dream school.
One acceptance letter to your dream school. Mm-hmm. Say it. I can't talk.
One acceptance to your dream school.
Letter. You forgot the letter part.
One exception.
What's going on here?
One acceptance letter to your dream school.
Oh, there it is. You nailed it.
Clip it, Drew.
We'll see.
Clip it.
We'll see. Awesome. So that's that. We're going to move on to. Do you want to just stick with football since we're already here?
Sure.
Well. Let's just say this. Beep, 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 beep. Number 1, greatest pickers in the world. We pick all the best games in town. Yes, we do. Tara, what are we? 2-0? We were 2-0 this week, right?
Yeah.
Almost 3-0. We had a lot of picks that we liked this week.
I know.
I talked you out of yours.
You talked me out of it, and it would have been real good.
Well, to be fair, a couple weeks ago, the same thing happened.
Yeah.
When you couldn't decide, your first gut one was good, and you talked yourself out of it, and then the middle one was bad, and then you got back to good. The one you picked was a good call. That was a great call.
Yeah.
Good cover. Mine was also a good call. I knew it was going to happen. Didn't like that was going to happen. At the end of the game, I'm like, well, can they get a field goal here and cover and have me cover and they still win? I was like, no, they're just gonna lose this fucker outright.
Yeah.
Which is what I really thought was gonna happen. Most of our underdogs of the week we pick win outright.
That's
they don't
how
just
I
cover.
definitely do it.
They mostly win outright.
Yeah.
That's how I mostly feel. I almost would say bet the money line. When I say it's a lock, bet that money line. But this last one wasn't really a lock. But anyway, so we'll start there. Cowboys. Actually, let's tell Tara, eight in a row for me.
That's pretty sick.
8 underdog picks of the week in a row. And then again, in all, like 9-2 overall for the season. But as far as underdog picks of the week go, 8-0. And you're like
5-2?
5-2 now? I think you're on like a 4-game win streak, I want to say.
Yeah.
Maybe in 5? You might have started 0-2 on the under. No, you won your first one. I think you're 4 in a row, 4 or 5 in a row. I'll figure that out.
Okay.
I'll put it on our video. Nobody cares though. They care about some guy flipping the coin and it gets the right pick. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't take skill. He's just been lucky so far.
Well, he should have just played the lottery or something because that is lucky.
Yeah. Did he? I don't know what happened this last week if he covered or not.
I don't know either.
I didn't really go into it too much, but like they're covering it like on Barstool and stuff. I'm like, I pull it up and I look and I go, that's it. 8 in a row, baby. You do the same, and then you get hem and haw over it, and then you get there.
I do. I'm probably gonna do it again this week.
No, I'm not gonna try to talk you out of it this week because you've been right.
I know.
The Colts dominated that, dude. The Colts dominated that terrible team.
I know because
that Jeff Saturday's got him playing right.
And the Raiders suck. They're terrible. They ain't got it. They don't believe in themselves.
Oh yeah, they're bad. They could actually fire him first year.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on? I don't remember where we ended up standing last week as far as Jeff Saturday as a hire. I know we thought it was weird, but I don't know that either of us hated it. I just thought it was really weird.
I mean, no, I don't hate it.
Because I think he's a football dude. Like, I think he understands football. I think it was what we were saying. And I still believe that. I think he could do a good job. He just felt super weird.
People were pissed.
It was funny. Some of them were pissed and some were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, they know. That's the other thing. They don't know shit.
Yeah.
I think he's going to prove like, hey, a head coach might need a guy that really knows how to like get everybody up for the game. Mm-hmm. It might not be the way it goes. We'll see. It's not like he doesn't know football.
No.
You know, he does know the offensive line, which is like one of the most important things in football.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most. So apparently he'd been like, it's like I asked, I was like, was he maybe working with the team on the side? He was, it sounded like, for a couple of years where he was there working with talent. What's the word I'm looking for? Talent. Help me out, Tara.
I don't know what you're saying.
Talent something.
Talent consultant?
Sure. We'll go with that. That's not what it is.
I don't know.
But he was talent. Tara, are you dumber than me or smarter than me? Come on. You're supposed to be smarter than me.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Talent evaluator. He evaluated the offensive line talent coming in.
Okay.
He was the guy. That was kind of what he was doing on the side with the team. Apparently. Think that's true, or do you think they said it so people get off their asses?
Yes, that.
No, I think he was doing it. Because otherwise, I don't think they would have brought him in. He's good. He's a friend of the family, though.
He is.
And then, but anyway, Jonathan Taylor was back. We didn't know that. He was a monster in the game.
So good.
Big run. They put Matt Ryan back at quarterback.
Smart.
Which made a ton of sense.
Right.
It sounded like the owner was like, made the last dude bench him.
Really?
See what they had in the new guy. And then he brought Saturday and they're like, we can start Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Listen. Matt Ryan's not the answer, but it's Ellinger? Definitely not the answer.
Definitely not.
What did they draft him, like the 5th or 6th round or something like that?
I think so.
You don't need to find out if that guy's any good.
No.
You'd wasted basically nothing on him. It's actually more crazy that the Packers have never really started Love.
I know. That's so wild.
So on to the Packers Cowboys game, and then we'll talk about your game. Cowboys suck. That was the most obvious. They had a bye week. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this team.
The shitty Packers.
The shitty Packers have been playing like total ass for the last month.
Yeah.
Plus. And they took a shit. Their offense looked okay. Their defense did nothing. And they just let Aaron Rodgers crush them.
Yeah.
They let him throw all over him with a rookie receiver that had done nothing up to this point. You know how I know? Because he's on my fantasy team, and I didn't play him. I played Lazard. Oh, I had a bad fantasy week. I'm not going to even tell you about it. But
good.
They basically made that rookie receiver look like all pro.
Yeah.
Rodgers was throwing him fucking dimes, though. There were some passes like, man, that was beautiful throw.
It's like
perfect in stride over the like just over the back shoulder.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
He was really hitting it. And it's crazy how, like, when you make them guard the run, how these receivers are open because they have to worry about more things. So run, and they have good running backs. So run them. And then Aaron can show off his skill because his arm is not going to be as tired. His thumb isn't going to hurt as much because he doesn't have to throw as much. He threw the ball
6 times in the first half.
Yeah.
So he's fresh in the second half, and then he got it going. He's like, "Oh, I'm connecting with this guy." That's what it's going to take, is him to start feeling good about this kid.
Yeah.
And if he feels that way, and he's open, that's going to get Lazard more open, and it's going to open up the run game. The Packers are terrifying. Yeah. I hate that they're probably going to make the playoffs. Hate it.
I know. Because it's going to be, what do they say? The Packers, the Cowboys, or the Seahawks. Like, one of those 3 will make it, but not 2.
I don't know if I believe that.
I was just listening to the radio today.
That's their bad take. The Giants could easily lose the rest of their games. They're the Giants. Like, what are we talking about? Stop. Don't be sucking at. There's always these teams that are start the year off like 6-0, 7-2, and then they win like 1 game the rest of the year. Cardinals a couple years ago are a good example of that. Might even have been last year. I don't remember. They were like 8-0 to start the year, and I think they lost the rest of their games maybe. Maybe won 1 more. So relax on the Giants, because they do have their flaws. Their quarterback doesn't throw the ball very well. We'll see. So yeah, I got that one. Cowboys did not cover.
No. They got rootied.
A team that's pretty consistent, even though they're down this year. They can't be underdogs by 5 at home. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
People with Tara, man. I heard people picking the Jags going into the week. I'm like, what are you doing? Just do not pick them.
My God.
What? It was like 11. I think it was like a 10 or 11 against Kansas City. It's like, that's a bad pick. Just do not pick it.
No.
Just do not pick it. Kansas City's
people
good.
Just
they barely covered.
I know. At first, I'm like, what the hell?
They still think the Jags are good.
No.
There's a funny stat. Jags lead the league in first downs. Normally you'd think that's a good stat, but it's really not, because they don't lead the league in scoring. Yeah. So they just get a bunch of first downs in the middle of the field that mean dog shit. And it takes them a lot. They don't have any explosive plays.
Yeah.
They just move down the field little by little and don't ever do anything with it.
Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Good job, Trev. And then your game that you settled on was game of the year, or people are saying. I don't know if I agree with that, but
it was a fun
best
game.
5 minute ending 5 minutes I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah.
Into overtime. It went to overtime. No.
Yeah.
No, it didn't end it.
No, it went into overtime. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it ended in overtime.
It was like the longest game ever.
Yeah, never. That's right. I was like, this is never going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we stopped at Buffalo Wild Wings to catch the end of the Bears Lions game, and then obviously that game was on, which was a fun game too.
Yeah.
The Bears Lions game. Tons of fun to watch that game.
Justin Fields is so good.
Fields is awesome. Really fun to watch play football. They need to help him out a little bit. They should have kept some of those defenders around this year that they got rid of. 3 of their top defenders. If they had those guys, they could maybe have won that game. I think so.
I think so too.
If you can just stop the Lions from scoring a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, he's electric to watch. He is so fun.
Mm-hmm. So you picked the Vikings plus 7.5, which was fucking an insane number for a team that had one loss.
Yeah.
Insane number.
Stupid.
And they were right there with them the whole time too. You know, I think they were down by a lot at 14 at some point.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Yep. And then
There's a lot of teams down by like 14 yesterday that came back and won.
It's called the witching hour, Joe.
Cowboys was during the second game, but
well, yeah.
The Cowboys had like never lost a game after they'd been up by 14 going into the fourth quarter, like in their history or something. Like 190 in a row.
Of course, against the Packers, though, they would have that.
Listen, I said it.
I know.
I said it's the Packers.
I didn't believe you, and you were right.
I couldn't believe you didn't believe me. You better fucking be listening this week.
Such shit.
No, you better be listening to me this week. I haven't looked at the lines yet, but we'll see what I got. So you got the cover.
I got the cover. The Jefferson catch was insane. He used the defender to like control it, and with one arm got it away from him as he's Jefferson's like falling to the ground.
Jefferson's a good. I like rooting for Jefferson. As far as I know, he hasn't done anything fucked up, so that's nice.
And then people are like, was that catch better than the Odell Beckham Jr. catch? And the answer is yes. Because guess what? Odell's team lost that game.
That's right, they did.
Remember that.
Yes, they did lose that game. Yes, they did.
Stupid.
That was like in the first quarter.
I know.
It was a great catch.
Yes.
No doubt.
Was. I saw it again today, and it was good. He really had to reach for that with those sticky ass gloves. The
Jefferson one was just cooler because it was like with a dude fighting him for it. And he just muscled it.
And the other dude had two hands.
Yeah.
And he only had one. And he was falling to the ground. And
Jefferson's a stud.
It was awesome.
Total stud. I'm a big Jefferson fan. And then he does really good gritties where people think he's hurt. Which he's chased it a couple weeks ago. And people thought he was hurt.
Yeah.
So he was ripping off Chase. It's a good move. It's a good move.
If you're from LSU, you can do it because you know what it is. It's your thing. But other people...
The gritty?
Yeah.
Everyone can do the gritty. It's funny. They make fucking...
When Kirk Cousins did it.
When they make him do it. And it's funny.
That's because they love him. And that's another reason why they're winning.
Yeah.
Because he's feeling the love.
Listen. The Bills were overhyped all year. They're losing games, big games. Like the fact that they lost that game is very Bills of them. It's very Bills of them.
And how they lost it?
Yes.
A freaking
You're gonna fumble it in the end zone? Ugh. And we're like, people are like, oh, Josh Allen must be hurt. I'm like, must he? Or is he just being Josh Allen? Like, what are you talking? I know he hurt his arm like last week, but
yeah.
At the same time, he was also had plenty of balls that looked great yesterday. So is he hurt or is he not? Is he hurt or is he not?
He's probably a little hurt, but everyone is.
Exactly. Thank you. So I will tell you what happened in fantasy real quick.
I know.
It's just I just want to see. Speaking of hurt, bad luck Jones. I was like, I have terrible receivers in fantasy football, guys. I know you don't want to hear about someone's fantasy football team. Nobody does. This is just funny. Terrible receivers in fantasy football. Awesome running back, stacked. So I traded one away. Traded Aaron Jones away. And I wanted Cooper Kupp. So I gave Aaron Jones some picks away for Cooper Kupp. And then Cooper Kupp might be done for the year. I don't know.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Is he hurt or injured? We don't know yet.
We don't know. Nobody cares about my fantasy team, but it does suck that Cooper Kupp might be hurt. That's more what I'm bringing it up for.
Yeah.
I like Cooper Kupp. It's fun to watch him play football. He runs fun routes. I like him.
The Rams suck.
I think I'd take Jefferson and then him.
Yeah.
Those would be my top two receivers. I'm not saying Tyreek isn't more talented than some of these guys, but you know how I feel about him. So.
Yeah.
Tara?
Yeah.
You got any other takes from yesterday's games?
The Bucks might be back.
Maybe. Or Seattle's.
Yeah.
We're giving Seattle a little too much credit. The Bucks are okay. It's not like they were world beaters yesterday.
I didn't think they were
There's
going to
a
win.
weird game in Germany.
Yeah, but that's all Tom needs is a little momentum. He just
Well,
needs
I
a little
agree.
momentum, get
Listen,
his team feeling it, you know.
I wasn't giving up on the Packers or the Tampa Bay. We'll see how it goes. Both of them could make the playoffs easily at this point. And if they're in the playoffs, they're dangerous.
Right. Well,
They're
the
more
Bucks
dangerous than.
aren't number one in their division.
Are they number one now?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, so they both could make the playoffs. That doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks, but they both could make the playoffs, and they're both. If they're in the playoffs, they're scary. They're scarier than the Cowboys. Oh wow, you got Dak Prescott. They're scarier than having Jalen Hurts or fucking Kirk Cousins. If you get in the playoffs with those quarterbacks,
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
You got a chance.
Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs doesn't do much.
That's not really true.
He's gone to one Super Bowl,
but
he's gone to one.
I know.
So,
but he does well. He wins games in the playoffs.
Sure. But he doesn't go all the way.
Sure. Any other takes from that?
No.
From yesterday?
Not really.
No?
There's a lot of bad teams.
Absolutely, there's a lot of bad teams. What do you want to talk about next? I'm just real quick. I'm seeing an ad for John Wick 4. I'm excited.
Ooh.
John Wick 4 coming up. I'm excited about that. Do you want to talk? What do you want to talk about next, Terry? Do you got any fun games for me?
No, I didn't create any. Did you?
No. I don't really do that often. I just wondered if you did. We can talk about the big brunch. Did you watch that?
I did.
Because we're supposed to be their official podcast.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's not coming out weekly. It's going to be, only three weeks of it.
Oh.
So.
The big brunch.
So the first 3 episodes dropped I believe there's 8 episodes. The first 3 dropped of the big brunch. It's on HBO Max. Dan Levy is the host. And it's a bunch of people that only cook brunch. It's a competition show on HBO Max, and it's decent. I like it. What do you think of it?
It's decent. It's definitely watchable.
Not a perfect show.
No, here's how I feel about it.
I don't like one judge. You can guess which one.
I don't mind all of them.
I don't like the woman.
I feel like she is,
for someone who has such terrible taste in things, to be judging anybody's anything is like when one of them, the judge even said it because she ordered something super stupid, and he's like, oh, she said she likes flat soda.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, and now we're gonna, and then she ordered something one other time. Like, what the fuck is that? It was like milk and like chocolate drink and like bitters.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's like, you don't have a good palate. Why do you get to decide anything?
But Dan Levy might be the most likable person that ever existed.
It's weird because here, I agree. I really like Dan Levy. I wouldn't say Dan Levy's like a hilarious person, but he's just like makes me like smirk and smile. Like his jokes aren't like, they don't like I'm like, oh man, that was good. It's like, but it's like, oh, I like you.
Yes.
That was fun. You're fun.
Yeah.
He's fun.
He's very fun.
Funny, but he's not like hilarious. He's not like Tim Robinson hilarious.
Sure. 2 very different people, but like
he's not like
super freaking likable.
Yeah. Totally different people. Yeah. He's not like Seth Rogen funny to me, even, who I find to be super likable, but I really think he's really a funny person when I hear him talk. Like, right. I think he says funny things. Where I think Dan's pleasant to be around, I bet.
Yes. And you just start feeling like the love.
Yes, I like him.
Yeah. He's so likable. I think he makes the show better.
I think he's a good hang.
Definitely.
Well, it's his show.
Yeah. But
he's a producer.
Outside of it, I feel if Dan Levy wasn't the host, I don't know how much I'd want to watch it.
They would have to have completely different judges. Totally different judges. It's not quite there. It's not a perfect show.
No.
The food they make, I think just doing brunch is a mistake. And I think that the judges are like, that's why I don't like the one girl. And the other guy's decent. Sometimes he bugs me too, but I feel like
I don't know what
their critiques contradict themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like they contradict what they say all the time.
Yeah, I was
Not
going to
Dan.
say, I feel like they don't know what they are looking for, or
Like they asked like the one girl who does good baking. Like she bakes a couple good, like some good stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't put this other thing on here." But I feel like if she just put that carrot cake thing on there, they'd be like, "What? This is all?
right.
What are you really doing?" Like, I don't think they're consistent with their
I
bullshit.
agree. I'm like, you want them to be creative and like push themselves, but you want her to just make a scone every time, because that's not really
That's not
fun.
That's not it.
And that's not
No.
really a challenge for her.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know. But she made like a biscuit breakfast sandwich, and I
wanted it so bad.
like I want.
Oh, there's a couple things that I want really bad that look really good and brunchy, and some of the stuff I'm like, I don't want
That's
that. For
right.
brunch.
That's not brunch.
I didn't like the vegetarian episode.
No.
It's like, I'm like, I guess what I don't want for brunch? A bunch of vegetables.
No.
I want to feel the grease in my meat through my beard, down my gullet. So the big brunch. Who do you think's gonna win it? I don't know any other names I can describe them though.
I think Jay could win it.
Jay could win it.
I think the
Daniel could win it.
which one's Daniel?
He won best brunch 2 weeks in two episodes in a row.
Oh yeah. He definitely could. Maybe
There's a
maybe the scone girl.
I don't think so. I think the dark horse is the black dude.
Oh yes, the
He's been
teacher.
I think he's been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He's been consistent, and I think he's got some good stuff in him. Like he takes direction well.
Yep, because he's a teacher.
And he's thoughtful about stuff, and everything he makes, I do kind of want to.
Yeah,
it looks delicious to me.
Yeah,
I think he's a dark horse that hasn't won anything yet, but there are only 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
It's one of those guys sitting in the wings that could get better.
I agree. I think
I'm glad Kip's gone.
Yeah.
He was a nerd.
The first girl that got kicked off, Kate, I think was her name.
She was bad.
She was so bad, and it was like she would have these huge ideas and background of what she made and why she made it the way she did, and it looked like shit, and like it didn't taste good at all. And she seriously looked like she was a bitch. Like, I know she said she had resting bitch face, but she just had such a coldness.
How about when
she
said I think she said her husband said it, or
her wife.
Her wife said it. It was her wife. You're right. And it was like, she says I have RBF, and then like said resting bitch face, like no one had ever fucking heard of it. It was like, lady, that's been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
We all know what RBF is.
Yeah.
It was like, there was a couple lines like, who are you people? Do you think you invented this? They were driving me nuts when they're acting like people in Canada invented like the Clamato. I'm like, that's like a very Hispanic thing.
Right.
To use Clamato for their drink, like their like Bloody Marys type of thing. Like, ketchup. That was really weirding me out. Like all the Canadians, like, oh, we're Canadian. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you stole that from the Hispanics. That was my take. So anyway, big brunch. We're gonna keep watching it, right?
Yep.
Thursdays.
Yep. It's an easy watch.
Yeah, we watched it. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I enjoyed the 3 episodes.
Me too.
There's not that many people in it left. It's only 5 episodes left, so we shall see how it goes. I had an idea for these reality shows, these cooking shows, these elimination shows. Tara, tell me what you think of it. I feel like, and if this ends up happening to someone, because I hate that sometimes they'll just judge them on the current week and not like go to their past. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't think that they should have one where they don't eliminate people every week. Just let everyone continue to stay and just see who actually gets better throughout it. Why do we always have to eliminate somebody?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, why are we eliminating this person that could actually maybe grow from this? Instead, it's like, see you later, It's weird. It's weird to me.
I agree. And I was watching, I think it was so have you ever seen that guy on Instagram who does chocolate stuff? And it's
Yeah, it's
he
fucking crazy.
he has a
Models.
show. Yeah, he has a show on Netflix, I think, and they don't kick people off. They give them
they don't.
they give them like points, and the lowest person
Mhm.
doesn't get to participate in one of the things, so they can't get points. So there is like sitting out and stuff, but they get to keep going and learning and doing stuff. And I'm like,
I like
oh, I
that.
like that. Yeah,
I like that.
you should watch
I
that
think
one.
that's-
It's good.
I think that's what they should do more is like have it more of a let the season play out. Don't eliminate. Like another great example of that would have been the Magic Mike one.
Oh yeah,
Why eliminate those guys every week?
right.
Let's see them all do these. How much? There's some dudes they would get rid of. Like I'd love to see this guy do this dance this next week.
It's like if you want to make it more of a competition throughout, you can do
just have a winner at the end.
Yeah,
Just have the winner at the end. It's fine. I don't need someone eliminated every week.
right,
You know, we could have a winner each week, but we don't need someone eliminated each week.
right.
That's my take. We don't have a ton of time this week, Tara.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to cover on any of that?
On what?
Any of that? Big brunch or...
Nope.
I'm going to jump to our emails quick.
Okay.
Then.
Oh, we have one.
We have a couple here.
Let's go.
I put up a thing today. I think that's my... hey, D&T. It's from John.
Hey, John.
I'm sure it's going to... I have not read this yet.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be awful. It says, would you rather...
Ooh.
A, have to suck down a double shot of Dayquil and NyQuil from your topless first grade teacher every single morning for the rest of your life. I don't even know.
Oh,
John.
boy.
Or B, be a professional dancer and hostess for a packed hot dog restaurant where you work 60 hours a week taking dance requests from any patron who orders 4 or more hot dogs. I don't
I
think,
hate
Tara,
this.
people know how to do a would you rather, but this is John at his
I
finest.
know. It is.
They don't have any core, like neither of them really matter to me that much, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to work at a hot dog restaurant 60 hours a week. That does sound stupid. And like if someone orders 4 more hot dogs, I gotta dance, I guess.
I'm just gonna take a shot off my first grade teachers.
It's a double shot of Dayquil and NyQuil.
So they cancel each other out, I think.
Yeah, it might be good. And your topless first grade teacher, she's dead, first of all. I would imagine. Actually, I have no idea. I'm just guessing. It was 20 some years ago and she was an old lady then. She probably wasn't even that old.
I know.
I just think it. No, she retired shortly after that. Mrs. Ferris was my first grade teacher. What was yours?
Miss Shockley.
Miss Shockley.
She was
I guess
pretty
I'd
old.
do that. I don't know. Neither of them is like, I guess I would rather do that because I don't want to work 60 hours a week at a hot dog restaurant.
Same.
So I think it's pretty easy, you know? But Tara, how about this? Would you rather be a professional dancer or hostess for a packed hot dog restaurant where you work 60 hours a week taking dance requests from any patron who orders 4 or more hot dogs? Or would you rather be a professional masseuse at a packed hot dog restaurant for 20 hours a week, but anyone who orders 4 or more hot dogs, you got to give a barehanded back rub to?
A barehanded back rub?
Yeah, you're no glove, like you're barehanded. Anyone who orders more than 4, think about who's going to order more than 4 hot dogs.
How long is the massage?
The right amount. The amount that makes them feel good.
I just don't want to work 60 hours a week.
I said 20 hours a week for that one.
I know, but you said 60 for
That's
the
why
other
I made
one.
it smaller, because if it was 60 and 60, you just do the dance one, no doubt.
Yeah.
But this is a third less hours, pays the same, but you got to touch people.
I still picked that one.
Which one?
The massage one.
Oh, dear. Think about who's coming to a hot dog restaurant, buying up hot dogs. More than. It's not someone saying, I need 2 hot dogs. It's someone says,
okay,
4, it's 4 or more.
Then
hot
I'll
dogs.
switch.
I'm just throwing it. You don't have to switch. I'm just throwing.
I'll switch.
Oh, we gotta,
because I do love a
pick
dance. I do love a dance.
We moved on from football.
Oh,
picking
shit.
Here. Let me do the last email and we'll go back to that. We'll end it with football picks this week.
Okay.
This is from Miranda. It says sorry for a late email. She sent it while we were recording. She said she felt the same way about her parents' house phone. I think it makes sense to be sad about it, but do agree that with their cell phones, it's not that big a deal.
Whatever.
Because you more than likely are going to have that next to you. But if all the lines go down, who are they going to call? Who are they going to call with that house phone? Honestly, who else has a landline? They're not going to be able to get a hold of us anyway, Terry.
They can get Maria's pizza still.
Okay, fair. It's an emergency, I guess. Wicked. Drew's insane. It doesn't make his top 10 shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When did I say that? Top 10 shows of what? I don't think I've ever seen 10 musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And the second half has more solo songs because Elphaba is on the run and hiding. I don't care. It's boring. She herself said it's less fun. I don't know why she's standing up for it. And then Rudy, she did watch it with me. She'd never seen it. We didn't do. He said I informed her where the commercial breaks. I would tell her where the commercial breaks would have been. I did tell her that.
I had commercials.
And he says, "Fuck, is it? Huh?
I had commercials.
You had commercials. You watched it with commercials. How was that?
Fine. Longer than I wanted it to be, but fine.
Yeah. I paid for it.
Mm.
She says, fuck his ex-girlfriend and his entire family.
Yes.
Quite honest. To be honest. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. They all suck. She loved the movie, almost cried once or twice, but I didn't get there. She said, Drew did plenty for the both of us. I didn't even actually have to wipe my tears this time.
You just had
I did get wet.
Some wets.
She said, loved Big Brunch. And she also says, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John as well. I think because we talked about some people that had died. We'd already talked about Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
When it happened. But I guess she just wanted to. That's who she is remembering that died. Thank you. She has a would you rather as well. Would you rather give up your favorite soft drink, Pepsi Max?
Mm-hmm.
Or what's yours, Tara? She thought Diet Dew.
Yep. Diet Dew.
So would you rather give up Pepsi Max / Diet Dew forever? They're discontinued. That's why they're gone, she says. Or have to promote said soda on a national campaign completely naked, butthole and all, on all platforms forever.
I would give it up.
My donger's out and butthole?
Yeah. It does like a shot.
Am I spreading my butthole open?
Maybe.
I'm confused.
Maybe you're doing a butt chug? Maybe you're doing a butt chug?
Am I just there? Is this the commercial? First of all, who's going to want Pepsi if half of it is me spreading my asshole open? My butthole open and putting Pepsi Max in it.
Kind of a weird one. She just wanted to say butthole or something.
I know. She wanted to sneak
She just wanted to get butthole in.
We're the #1 butthole podcast in America.
Yeah, we had to do it. I pick getting rid of it though. Yeah,
I probably am too. Just because I need to.
Yeah.
It would make me healthier.
Yeah.
I think it would be good for me. I would drink a lot less soda. Because I don't really like any other diet sodas that much.
I do like a lot of diet sodas, so.
Tara, can you please wear your new sweatshirt on the pod for reference to your grievance?
Oh, yeah, I can, but
You think he looks whack?
You just won't be able to tell because it's long on me.
Oh. It was the grievance that Dad was a dick about it? Is that what it was?
Yeah. He said I looked like Danny DeVito.
All right, we got about 9 minutes until I got to get off here because Miranda has a work call.
All right.
So let's pick our football team pick of the week. All right, MELLONfights underdog pick of the week. MELLONfights underdog pick of the week. MELLONfights underdog pick of the week. I have won 8 in a row. Tara is 5-2. I think she's won 4 in a row at least. We're on a roll. You can't stop us. Tara?
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be up first, but what do you got? You can have it. Whatever you want.
I pick Bears +3 versus the Falcons.
Ooh, okay. Why?
Because I don't think the Falcons are very good, and I just feel like Justin Fields is feeling himself, and he's electric, and I think that they can beat this team.
You think that they can beat this team? It's a good pick. I like it. It could be a trap. But again, they lost last week to the Lions, so
I know.
maybe it's not a trap. Maybe it's not a trap. I don't know.
But the Lions score a lot of points.
They do score a lot of points, but so do the Bears now.
I know.
They've rushed for 200 yards in like 5 straight games.
I know. And that's why I'm saying. And the Falcons don't really. So.
They're pretty similar teams. They both run the ball a lot. It'll be interesting. I don't hate the pick.
The Bears are kind of a fun team to watch now. Who would have thunk?
I've enjoyed watching them play a lot.
Yeah.
Fields' play has been really fun. Really, really fun.
I love it.
Okay. I gotta take this very serious.
Yeah.
I gotta try to get to 9-0.
You have to.
I'm not gonna take it that serious. Then it'll fuck it up. So my underdog pick of the week. Wait, I gotta talk about yours a little bit.
Okay.
What was it?
Bears +3.
Bears +3. I would say your only thing you should be worrying about is Atlanta isn't bad.
No, they're not bad, but
and they're at home.
Sure.
And I think their style actually is probably the worst style. Like 2 running teams, I feel like they could the Falcons are pretty good. They have pretty good defense as well.
Well,
okay. I'm not going to tell you to change it. I like your pick, Bears +3.
I just like.
I feel like a lot of people are going to be all over that though.
I don't like that.
A lot of people are going to be all over that.
But I don't care. I'm going to go with it because, sometimes I miss Chicago, and this is my love to Chicago. I'm bringing my good luck to them.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Bear down.
So I will go bear down.
Isn't that what they say? Bear down.
They say bear down. All right. My underdog pick of the week. I'm going to go with, the ones I kind of like, I feel obvious, and then some of them feel bad. Here, I'm going to go with, Tara?
What?
I got a feeling about it. I got the Colts at home +7.5 against the Philadelphia Eagles. The undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh,
I think they stay undefeated. I think they win tonight. But next week, the Colts at home +7.5. +7.5. Upset. I don't know about upset. But they're going to cover. That game's going to be close. They might win that game. Saturday's got his boys playing.
No, they are not going to win that game.
I talked you out of the Colts.
I know.
Last week against a terrible team. And here I am picking them against the number 1 team in the league. But Matt Ryan's back under center, baby. Jonathan Taylor's running the ball. Jeff Saturday's got the Colts feeling like the Colts again, feeling like early 2000s Colts with Peyton Manning under center. The nostalgia's there. Indianapolis Colts +7.5 at home.
Oh, yeah.
Book it, Tara.
That's a roughie.
Put it in. Is it a roughie? You said that last week.
Oh, well, I think
you fucking said it last
this
week.
This one is real rough.
You fucking said it last week. Oh, the Packers suck.
They do.
And guess what? The Packers were coming off a loss the week before. Guess who's not coming off a loss? The Indianapolis Colts at home. And I believe, hold on, what's their record? I think if they win this, they might be 500. Am I right?
I don't know.
Am I right? Tara, am I right?
I don't know. I got to look.
This is stupid. Just show me their record when I type them in Google. You're bad at your job sometimes. The Colts are 4-5-1. If they win, they're 500 team with Jeff Saturday as the coach. It's happening. If they win, they're 500. I don't know if they're going to win, but they're fucking covering. And they might win outright. I'm just throwing that out.
Oh, my God.
Eagles are going to get a little too big for their britches after a big win tonight to go 9-0. Someone else who's 8-0 is telling them they losing next week. Not losing. They're not covering. Indianapolis Colts +7.5 at home. Book it.
All right.
Lock it in.
All
Locked
right.
up. Big lock of the week. Underdog pick of the week. He is the master.
I just
I am
know.
the master.
Oh God.
Okay,
I'm-
argue it. Argue it.
I just don't see it.
Argue it.
What's the plus what?
Argue it.
Plus what?
7.5. Full touchdown.
Oh my
At
gosh. I think that
At home.
I know it's
And
at
they're gonna be-
home, but
home. Whew. You know, Matt Ryan is like, he's already got 3 wins this year as a starter.
oh my God.
I'm
They
just
do
saying.
get Monday off too. Jeff gave them Monday off, so they are off
ready for
today.
Be ready for it.
We'll see, Drew.
All right.
I think it's
We have
no time. Okay.
We have no time. Well, what do you say? Or think quick. We don't have time for a grievance, though. My grievance is that you don't have faith in your big brother's fucking picks. 8 straight. You don't believe in him.
My grievance is local sports radio. They literally talk about Aaron Rodgers every single day, and it's the same story.
I mean, national radio does the same thing.
I know, but at least there's a couple things that they can talk about.
Sure.
They literally
Sure.
just talk about Aaron Rodgers for 2 hours
Well-
straight.
Well, all right. Colts plus 7.5.
Good luck.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Hey, Tara, have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon fights. Ooh, my bad.
Ugly voice.
So bad.
Oh, my God. For a second, I thought I didn't hit record.
Oh my God.